Ask yourself the damn question. Is winning the only thing to you?
Sports today are not just played on the field. They're played every day, online, all over the world, by sports fans just like you.
Don't you dare breathe. That won't get you anywhere. If you don't think you're a winner, you don't belong here.
The Star Fantasy League Show puts you in control of your own team. Find out who to sit, who to start, how to play, and have your daily fantasy sports questions answered with your host, Jonathan Sprung, and co-host SFL CEO Zach Stanley and Nick Steblenko. The Star Fantasy League Show is on the air now.
Hello and welcome to the Star Fantasy League Show here on 105.5 The Team in Rochester. I'm your host, Jonathan Sprung, joined, as always, by the teddy bear to himself, Mr. Nick Steblenko.
John, how does today feel?
I don't know. I feel like you're setting me up for something here.
Does it feel like the day of Dom is upon us?
No, that was yesterday.
Oh, it was. You're right, because I dominated you.
You dominated me last night, but the big story coming out of last night was someone who didn't break 30 points. I believe that was our long reliever / starter / closer, Jason Grincher.
That may have been me.
That may have been you.
He's just trying to take the attention off of how badly he got spanked last night.
No, actually, that was like 14 points.
Yeah, well, 14 points is a spanking.
Thank you, Zach Wheeler. I liked you, but not enough apparently to put you in my lineup.
I liked you. I played you.
It's a beautiful day today. It was a beautiful night last night for the Star Fantasy League softball team.
You guys played again without me. How adorable.
This guy over here, Teddy Bear 2, came up with a big game-winning triple.
Wait, whoa. Triple? Where'd you hit it?
I channeled my inner poo holes, and I jacked it right over the right field.
So did you hit it
Although there's no wall, so I just hit it over everybody, and I had to run. I don't run very well.
Did you hit the ball to Buffalo to get a triple?
If I was Jason and I had hit that ball, it would have been a home run. But unfortunately, I'm 3 times the size of Jason, and it didn't really work out that way. But I did end up getting a triple, and it was quite the moment.
Either you are underestimating the size of Jason for our listeners, or you are way overestimating your own size. Because you are not 3 times the size of Jason.
Well, I appreciate that. I have been working out. But
unless you think Jason,
it was really a sight.
Unless you think Jason is 90 pounds. Jason, are you 90 pounds?
No, I'm not.
Okay, I'm just checking. Just
okay,
wondering. Because Seth claims that he's double my size all the time, and I'm like, I don't think you know math. I don't think he knows math. Not possible.
Well, I appreciate that, but it was a great night last night. It was a lot of fun, and I hope I get the chance to do it again, which probably won't happen.
No? Chance to run out a triple?
Well, the chances of me being the 9th batter in the order and having the chance to win the game in the bottom of the 7th inning are probably pretty slight, but we'll see what happens.
Hey, at least you got into the game. I wasn't even asked to throw out the first pitch at your softball game. That's how badly I did the other day.
That is right.
Yeah, you proved yourself already.
I know.
We're all set.
You're blackballed from softball.
I might be blackballed from throwing out first pitches. That might be correct. Speaking of stepping up to the plate, we're going to step up to the plate. We're going to be accountable for yesterday's actions. We did a pitching breakdown tier because we weren't here on Wednesday. We were at the game at the Red Wings. So we're going to be accountable for the guys we actually picked. Tier 1 and Tier 2 was broken down half and half. The guy I really liked was Chris Archer the other day. He had 11.85, was the top in Tier 1, which was good. Everybody else, I think you had him as well.
I put in Shelby Miller, Chris Archer, and Zach Wheeler, but you definitely called that one. I was more riding high on the top tier. I threw Zach Wheeler in at the last second because Miami is really, really bad right now, and man, did that turn out to be a great pick.
What do you mean right now?
In the past month, they've been even worse than they were earlier in the season. They're striking out at an insanely high clip right now.
Yeah, they're all the way up to number 1 in the league.
So it's right on. It's full on right now for pitching.
Yeah, it's the first time they've actually been shut out at home this year. So that's kind of something.
Yep.
Even though they're playing that bad, they've been decent at home. But there you go.
Wheeler just kind of stole the spotlight from your boy Haney there.
He did.
Haney only gave up 1 run,
right?
Yeah,
great debut. Solo home run in the first inning to David Wright, and then he was pretty much lights out. But great pitching matchup down in Miami.
Very so.
Top prospect for the Marlins. They're looking to get out of their little rut they're in. They need something. They got no Jose Fernandez anymore. He's gone for the year.
They're doing that, and Colorado is doing that too. They're just calling people up. They're calling pitchers up, just rolling right through.
And the Boston Red Sox are doing the exact opposite by sending down our best pitcher.
Yeah, that's
Thanks.
great.
Thanks for that. Although it hasn't actually happened yet, he is Rubby. I'm still calling him Rubby.
Yeah,
Screw you
Rubby.
guys. He is still scheduled to pitch tomorrow, even though I've heard rumblings that Clay will be called up tomorrow to pitch.
Yeah, that's a heck of a way to go. 3,000 miles.
He won't get called up to pitch tomorrow.
He
threw 90 pitches yesterday.
That's what was reported. It was reported. They said he may start on Saturday.
Oh, yeah, he's right. If he pitched yesterday in the minor leagues.
Did he really pitch yesterday for the?
Yeah.
For the
He pitched the 1 o'clock game.
Yep.
Oh, well, that's a 1 o'clock game. Whatever.
Yeah, that's enough time. Ice
Come
it
on.
up. Get out there, kid.
Well, guess what? The Boston Globe is wrong then. What a surprise. The Globe's wrong.
Well, I mean, they've only been waiting for him to come back for like a month. So time to get going here. 3 days rest. Let's make it happen.
Thank you. But yeah, the big.
Yeah, I hope so for the A's.
Yeah, exactly. I would love to
Buchholz
pick
pitches
against.
tomorrow.
I would love to pick against him. We're picking against Dubront, but we got to get to MLB lineup breakdown. I feel like we haven't done one of these in a couple days because we were off on Wednesday. Yesterday we did some pitching tiers. So you know what? Let's just get into it. I want to build a winning lineup.
Let's do this.
Time for your Star Fantasy Leagues MLB Fantasy Lineup Breakdown.
All right, it's a new day on StarFantasyLeagues.com to pick the best daily fantasy baseball lineup, and I think I have it. I'm completely lying. I'm trying to put on a brave face. My research got deleted from yesterday. I spent 3 hours.
Excuses.
No,
Here, it starts now. This is where it starts.
No, it is legitimate. My research did get deleted. I knew who I liked. I have all my plays of the day. They got into my lineup. But there were some weird pitching changes that actually affect some of my value plays, so I can't actually pick them. Corey Kluber is now starting today for Cleveland, so I can't start J.D. Martinez in good faith because, let's be honest, why? That's kind of pointless for me.
Yeah, I mean, Kluber's been doing well. He has actually tapered off just a little bit recently, but I wouldn't advocate for
starting against Corey Kluber.
Starting a ton.
No,
yeah,
no,
you're not
and
going
then
to get big points out
and
of
then
that.
Jesse Chavez, your pitcher of the day, is being moved to tomorrow.
Yep.
So would you like to? I'll give you a respite. Do you want to pick a new pitcher of the day?
Yeah, I would definitely like that, but I think we already talked about a couple of. Well, he had Iwakuma, right?
Yep.
I
had Dan Herron.
I guess I would go with David Price then.
Okay.
David Price is pitching really well now, so I'll roll with him.
Yeah, in the event that a player gets moved up, you can pick a new one. But JD Martinez, I'm not changing it because that's weird.
He's being really kind today.
Yeah, he is.
Well, that's okay. We talk about being fair on
Except
this
to
show.
you, because he was like, and the real story, Jason lost.
Yeah, Jason did lose.
So is Jason being included in our competition now?
We're going to do something after the All-Star break that will include all of the panelists on the Star Fantasy League show. We're going to be more interactive with the fans. We're going to have some funny things to show you when you lose. It's about competition, right?
I like that. I'm
so
down.
Once the All-Star break comes up, we'll figure out an actual way to do this. We'll stop our competition. Hopefully one of us actually wins.
My gears are churning right now.
Tweet us at SFL Show if you think you have a fun competition that we could do maybe on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis for the rest of the baseball season. It'll be fun.
Do you like fish?
I'm not gonna even merit that with a response. It's not gonna happen. All right, so I really like the Brewers for today. I went with a full-on Brew Crew stack. I got Chris Davis in there. I got Jonathan Lucroy, my boy. I've been picking him almost. I think I've said Brewers as my team stack of the day for the past week.
Well, Lucroy's been one of the hottest hitters on that team,
Yes,
if
he
not
has.
the hottest.
And he's still fairly cheap. He's under 9,000. He went from about 7 to all the way up to 9. So you can clearly see how he's hitting. Scooter, if he's in there, if he's still in the one spot, I actually like that a lot for some value. And then Aramis Ramirez, since he's been back from injury, has been killing it.
Yeah, he's been fantastic.
And he's another one of those guys that's kind of inexpensive. I actually think I have him in my utility spots today. Yeah, I do. He's $73.98, StarFantasyLeagues.com. Because my play of the day is Anthony Rendon, another third. But this is the first time I've ever started 2 third basemen. It's a little confusing.
Yeah, well, I mean, I like that. I like Milwaukee. They're going up against Christian Bergman in Colorado, so you know how the air carries in Colorado, according to John.
You will stop with that.
I mean, I think this is a great one to take a couple. And Milwaukee's got just a slew of right-handed batters that are great against right-handed pitchers, and vice versa. They can hit against anybody. So good picks. I like it.
Yep. And then for some reason I went all stack heavy, and then the rest of my team is just singles. I'm throwing singles out there. We talked about Paul Goldschmidt's insane numbers against big time Timmy Jim, Tim Lincecum.
Timmy Jim.
You never heard that?
No.
You've never seen the ESPN, the Sports
This
Center
is the
commercial?
second person that's come on and said the same thing.
Yeah.
Zach said the same thing.
There's a commercial, big time Timmy Jim. Just watch the Sports Center, Tim
Okay.
Lincecum.
I'll
You'll
look
see
it up.
It's really funny.
He did
just watch it.
shave his mustache, though.
That's
Finally.
Yeah.
That's embarrassing. But anyways, Paul Goldschmidt has I think 7 home runs or something just insane in really short time against him. So yeah, I'm getting him there. He's a guarantee. I actually stole one of your plays of the day. I did go with Carlos Beltran in the outfield.
Oh.
I needed a value outfielder. I was running out of money very, very quickly.
Yeah, he had a nice game yesterday. I think he had 7.5 points. So hopefully he keeps it going.
That's all you can ask for. He's 62.94. He's basically in the value category, so I had to throw some money there. But another guy I got for value because Oakland, since they moved up Jesse Chavez, they're starting a guy that's 74 years old, not really a major leaguer, basically. They're starting Mills today.
Brad Mills.
Yeah.
He's a young guy.
No, I thought they said he was an old guy.
No.
Oh, what? I did minimal research. I told you, I didn't do any research.
Well,
No, we're good. That's good. Start him.
They just traded for him
Yeah,
from
I saw
Milwaukee. He was in the minor leagues. His first start this year. He had decent numbers in the minor leagues so far this year. So I don't know. We'll see how.
I don't care. I'm still going with Xander. Xander's on fire.
That's all right.
He's a righty. I love him. I don't care. You will not take this away from me.
I don't. You have Xander Bogaerts. That's what you're saying.
Xander.
I don't know that Bogaerts is continuing that hot streak that he was on.
No,
I think he's
fallen
fallen off a little bit. I mean, all of Boston has. I'm really fading away from them hard right now. They have so many problems in that lineup, and they don't have any consistency from top to bottom. Yes. So it's really hard to rely on them night in and night out until they find that consistent lineup that can produce.
Yeah, and the last guy I have is also from that game. It's Yoenis Cespedes because, let's be honest, Felix Dubron's pitching, and he's a dumpster fire. He's back from the minors, but I don't think it's going to be for very long at all.
That's probably true.
Yeah, I mean, I like Oakland tonight. I like them a lot, and Yoenis always has that ability to go over the wall. So
yep, got to throw him in there. And then the pitchers, I went a little strange. I did go with my guy Dan Herron for my pitch. He was my pitcher of the day. He just had 10 points against San Diego recently. I think it was a couple weeks ago. I just think that's a really good matchup for him. You got to pick on the same teams over and over again. We keep talking about it. Mets, Padres, Miami, those guys.
All right.
Yeah,
I'm not really feeling Herron tonight. I've got a bad feeling about him tonight.
You just have a bad feeling.
Got a bad vibe in my gut.
God.
John, we've been over this. We've been over this a couple of times.
It's not Justin Verlander.
It's about feeling.
I don't want to hear it.
Feeling is important in fantasy sports.
My last two guys are kind of from the same game. I don't know how I feel about this at all. I don't think it's smart. I kind of think I'm kicking myself.
Don't
doing
beat
it.
yourself.
I have Dice K
and
I have Dice K and Henderson Alvarez.
I was about to say that. I was going to guess that.
That's the game. Well, where else would I pick both? I think that's going to be a really low-scoring game. Honestly, I think it's probably going to be like a 2-1 game.
Hopefully, yeah.
Why, you got both of them too?
I don't have both of them in the same lineup, but I like them both, I guess.
Because I liked so many big bats. I like Rendon. I like Goldschmidt. I kind of had to put in Dice K. He's been really consistent when he started. You're going to probably get between 4 and 7 fantasy points from him. And at his price, $49.53 at starfantasyleagues.com, it's a no-brainer.
Worth a shot.
And Henderson Alvarez, just have a decent game. Give me 7-8 points. That's all I need. I just want to beat Nick. That's all I want.
That's a really good game.
What?
You want him to have a really good game.
7-8's not a really good game.
That's a pretty good game.
It's a pretty solid outing.
Pretty good game.
Fine. All right, coming after the break, it's time for John Old's Mailbag. And you're listening to the Star Fantasy League show on 105.5 The Team.
The Star Fantasy League show. Information is key to being a successful fantasy team owner, and the guys have all the updated info you need right now. Okay, fantasy sports fans.
There's a letter in your mailbox.
Time to dig into John Old's mailbag for your questions and comments.
Read the mail, read the mail, read the mail.
Jump in the game. Send your questions and comments to the Star Fantasy League's team by tweeting at SFL Show.
That is right. If you want to be part of the Star Fantasy League show, especially in John Old's Mailbag, just tweet us at SFL Show on the Twitter. I'm trying that out. Is that something? No?
Is that a new thing? We're going to hear that frequently?
I'm trying new things out on this show. You want to just switch it up, right?
Yeah.
Unless it involves changing John Old's Mailbag, in which case, nope, you're not switching that up. Sorry.
I don't know that anybody would ever be able to take John Old's Mailbag away from you.
I
Except
believe,
for...
Yeah, King Stanislaus, who was in the office today. He came back from wherever he was... What'd you say? He was.
Brocation.
We're not allowed to talk about it? Was that what it is?
I think we're allowed to talk about that.
You kept saying something. You're like, well, he's back from wherever he was.
We can neither confirm nor deny that his presence was maybe in this area.
He was in Alcatraz.
He got out?
Up, yes.
Oh, how did he get out?
I mean, it's been done before.
Yeah, it has been done. Well, considering it's not an actual prison anymore, it's pretty easy to escape.
Yeah.
You know, the tour boat comes right there.
Unless it's really late at night, you get lost on the tour. And the boat leaves.
That'd be really... I think you would probably cry yourself to sleep that night.
Yeah, I mean, I lived in San Francisco for 2 years, and I never went.
Really? You
never appealed to me.
Oh,
it's just an empty building.
I went there once.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Kind of cool? Or
You want to go to that cool empty building over there? Nah.
No, but I mean, if I was stuck there at night, then yeah, I think that might be kind of creepy, and that would be wild. But
did you ever see The Rock?
Yeah, that was one of my favorite movies.
That's where it took place.
Nick Cage? Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
but there's something going on there.
How did you just say Nick Cage was like that's synonymous? That movie is synonymous with Sean Connery. Come
okay,
on now.
but Nicolas Cage was really good in that movie, too.
I know, but every time I think of that movie, I think of Sean Connery.
Yeah, but I think of James Bond when I think of Sean Connery.
That's true, too.
I think of Jeopardy, Saturday Night Live.
That's great.
So
I wish we could repeat all that
Celebrity
stuff on here.
Jeopardy. Yeah, we're not allowed to say anything like that on the show. We're going to get yelled at by our producers. Oh, wait. I'm the producer. Oh, I can't get yelled at by myself. So, no, we can say whatever we want. Go ahead.
Yeah, I still don't have
The
to pay for
FCC
that.
would not allow any of that. So, you know what? Let's just get into it. We got John Allen's mailbag to talk about. Kevin J. writes, rumors continue to run rampant around Kevin Love's departure from Minnesota. How do you feel about teams potentially leaking false trade rumors to increase the bidding?
False trade rumors? I mean, they happen all the time.
Yes, I know, but when sources are saying things and the sources aren't being outed, like I'm seeing legitimate news sources claiming people they talk to in the league are telling them these trades are being proposed, but it doesn't seem like some of these are even real.
I have an issue with the legitimacy of using that. Sources told me.
That's-
I just I can never really put a ton of faith in that until it comes out. Oh yeah, this was the source. But I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, that's the weird part of it. Like I've seen so many trades that just come out of nowhere, and then you see these trades that have just been rumored and talked about, and just these different pieces are mentioned, and all of a sudden it's exactly what the rumors were like 3 months before. So
Yeah. I mean,
I don't know. Who are the sources? I want to know who these sources are.
yeah, so do I. But I mean, I guess this situation was bound to have rumors around it, anyways. I like to sit back and just let it play out, but obviously, being in the media, we can't do that. So, as far as where he's going to land, I mean, highest bidder. Who do you think actually has the stuff to get him there? I mean, we've thrown around Boston already.
This is going to be Homer City because he's going to say Golden State because he's a Warrior fan. I'm going to say Boston because I'm a Boston fan. But
I think Golden State has a legitimate shot. I think they do. They have to give some stuff up.
It depends how much they're willing to give up. Like, okay, as a Warrior fan, are you okay with the Klay Thompson, Lee plus one of your big prospects, like Draymond or Harrison Barnes as well?
I'm totally fine with it. I don't mind
fine with it?
I am totally fine with it to get Kevin Love. It would be something they really need. Even if they give up Lee, he's a decent 2010 guy, but it looks like they'd also be getting Kevin Martin in this deal with Love.
Yeah, that would be your two guard back.
Yeah, so they're getting something back for Thompson. If they get rid of Lee and Barnes, I don't mind them giving up Barnes, Lee, and Klay Thompson for Love and Martin.
I only have one problem. I would not give up Klay Thompson. He and Steph Curry they've developed a relationship on the court that it's really something that you can't replace. These two guys came in the league around the same time. They're both still young, and they're developing very well. They're good shooting guards. Yeah, they're amazing. Okay, fine. They're great. They're amazing. That just plays to my point. Yep. They're amazing together, and I would give up Lee. Lee is getting older. That's fine. But Kevin Love for Klay Thompson, I mean, you're really trading off a lot there.
Nah, I mean, you are trading for one of the top 5 players in the league.
Lee and Thompson, I would say, are more than Kevin Love.
Okay, you know what? Let's look at this from a fantasy perspective. You had the option for one night to pick Klay Thompson and David Lee, or the other option was Kevin Martin and Kevin Love. Which one would you pick?
I would go with Thompson and Lee.
Wrong.
No, I'm not wrong, because even you said that Kevin Martin is not reliable. No. You said that number of times. You said that.
If he's your number 1 or number 2 go-to guy, he's terrible. If he's a spot shooter like a Mike Miller in the corner,
but he's not. You were not talking about a spot shooter. We're talking about a fantasy producer.
No, in Golden State, if he's in that system, he would be probably the 4th option on that team, which is exactly what you want.
You said, I mean, if I could go back and play the quote, you said that Kevin Martin needs to get his shot going in order to be reliable, which he does not do frequently enough.
Because
he doesn't do it frequently
enough. He's
not
a creator. He's not going to be asked to be the creator at Golden State.
I don't think that's an even trade-off. Not from our perspective.
Kevin Love can shoot the three pretty much as good as Klay Thompson.
Yeah,
we've seen Kevin Love in the three-point competition. So he can go out there. He can hit the threes, but he's also like the best rebounder in the league, which if Bogut is still out with Golden State, that's a pretty lethal combo down low. And he can also leak out, hit the threes. If they got Kevin Martin out there shooting, I mean, if he's just spotting up and shooting threes, he's not trying to create. And he's also the best free throw shooter in the league as well.
Okay, so I think that I get what
Kevin
you're
Martin's
saying here.
He's not a throw-in. We're saying he's a viable option as long as he's not the second option or first option.
Now let's ask this. Do you think they can actually elevate their position in the Western Conference?
Oh, most certainly. With Kevin Love, yeah.
So
you have two of the top 10 players in the league.
Okay, so you think that they could consistently beat the Clippers, the Rockets, the Trailblazers, the Thunder, and the Spurs? You think they could consistently beat those 5 teams?
Their team certainly can run a lot better with that lineup, I believe, with a 4 who can play on the perimeter
I don't
like
know.
that.
Okay, so, I mean, Kevin Love is – we're talking about like a 25 and 12, 15. Fine.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. David Lee is a 20 and 10 guy.
Yeah, but he –
I mean, you're not –
But Lee's defensive side of the game isn't nearly as good as Kevin Love.
And he also plays kind of the same position that Andrew Bogut does. They basically both clog up the paint.
That.
They clog up the paint. They're kind of stagnant on offense.
I like the trade. If it goes down, I'll be happy.
All right.
I wouldn't be happy to lose Clay. He's a
I just don't
Splash brother.
I don't think they gain enough to justify it. I just don't. I don't think they're losing Klay Thompson. I don't think they gain enough to make them a top 3 team in the Western Conference, because that's what you need to be to get to the Stanley Cup NBA championship. It really is. That's what you need. You need to be in the top 3 of either conference.
Well, I think it's a step in the right direction if they do get Love.
Yeah, you got to shake something up here, because they're kind of around the 6th seed for the past couple seasons. You got to do something to go up.
I like it, and Steve Kerr coming in there. I don't know. I liked it.
All right.
I like it as well. Young core, two of the best players in the league coming up. You're not getting aging veterans like Miami is kind of having right now. You're getting young guys. All right, let's move on. Ethan C. writes, prospective number 1 pick, Joel Embiid, fractured his foot and could potentially miss all of next season. How will this news affect the lottery? That's next Thursday. This is like the worst time for a prospect to break his foot.
It's a big effect because Cleveland was about to take him as number 1.
Okay,
Everybody
hold on.
said they were.
Again, rumors.
Well, there's also a rumor going around. Did you see this one of the Knicks trading Cleveland for their number 1 pick, Melo for the number 1 pick in a sign-and-trade deal?
Holy moly.
What do you think about that?
Wow.
Well, I mean, obviously Embiid's not going to go number 1 now.
Right.
So now you have to weigh the pros and cons of everything. So you have Jabari Parker and Andrew Wiggins, who are probably the top 2 vying for that spot.
Yep.
Do either of those guys give you more than Carmelo would? I mean, there's obviously a higher ceiling because you have a much longer time to work with these guys. But I think the big question is, obviously I don't think either of them has the scoring that Carmelo does right now coming into the league, but there's potential to grow. The defensive side of the ball, which one of them is going to be stronger on the defensive end? I don't know. I mean, I think if you took Jabari Parker in that position, you might actually wind up having a better player overall for your team down the line.
You know what the really funny irony in all of this is? Philadelphia picks at number 3. If this injury news kind of sways the top 2 teams, Cleveland and Milwaukee, away from picking Embiid, they will, for the second year in a row, have the option of picking a guy who will not play the first year. They picked Nerlens Noel last year. He'll be back next season. And then they could pick Embiid, who basically plays the same position, and have him sit out a year.
I mean, doesn't Greg Oden come to mind when you hear this, though? You got a 7-foot-tall center with foot problems, back problems, like – that's just too much. I wouldn't even want to take him now. I would steer clear altogether.
The whole question comes down to, at what point in the draft has he fallen far enough that it's worth the risk to take him?
Yeah. And Jabari Parker and Andrew Wiggins, looking at them in the NCAA tournament, I didn't really see much. So I think it's going to be a year or two until they can mature in the league. They're probably coming out a little too soon, but hey, everybody does nowadays anyways.
Well, so I'm of the opinion that you can't be fully physically developed until you are in your mid-20s anyways.
Right.
So
yeah, what's 1 year at the college level going to honestly do for you? Like, you go from high school where you're playing against guys you literally can bowl over with, like, one hand. You're like, fall down. And you get 1 year of tough competition, and then you're thrown into this, like, Shark Tank.
Yeah. Well, if the Cavs think that they have enough to compete and they can trade away this number 1 pick for somebody like Melo, they've got enough guys around him on that team in Cleveland. They might have a decent shot there in the East.
And I also think they have enough I believe if they make a couple trades, they have enough money to sign 2 guys, I think.
I mean, the East is a toss-up as it is.
Yep.
So, I mean, saying that they have a shot in the East is fine, but your goal is to win a championship. Can you win a championship with an aging superstar that doesn't want to play defense? I don't think so.
I don't know if it doesn't want to play defense. I honestly don't think he is physically capable of understanding what, like, like.
Well, that's why he fit in so well with Jim Boeheim, because he said, "Stand here."
Yeah, face up. Hey, how do you play face up defense? Turn sideways. No, don't turn sideways, Carmelo. I'm sorry, I turned sideways and let him right by. Sorry.
I mean, I don't know. I think they would be better suited to take another number one, especially since they screwed up last year pretty badly. So I think they could kind of save face a little bit. They do have some young players there, Deion Waiters and the like, that could actually do well surrounding Kyrie Irving.
Yep.
And I don't know. I mean, you could end up with a much more talented pick down the line.
Where do we think he's going? Just right off the top of your head, who do you think is gonna take Joel Embiid?
I think he still goes top 10. For sure.
Oh, no, he's not. There is 0% chance he drops past Danny Ainge at 6 if the Boston Celtics do not trade for Kevin Love.
I mean, if it was up to me, I wouldn't take him in the top 10, though. I just wouldn't. I wouldn't rest my laurels on a guy that's
Danny
injured.
Ainge will not get fired because he takes Joel Embiid if he's a flop. So I think he knows that he has something in him if he is healthy.
Yeah, fair enough.
Right. And then there's the Lakers right after. I think they're a franchise that can deal with a flop as well. So Boston or the Lakers, I think one of those teams takes it if he falls that far.
Fair enough.
Who knows? We have 1 week until the NBA draft. I'm excited to talk about it. I love this time of year. Coming after the break, we're talking about Saturday MLB, and you're listening to the Star Fantasy League Show on 105.5 The Team.
Play fantasy sports for cash prizes. Join the top daily and weekly fantasy leagues in the country at starfantasyleagues.com. Now, back to the Star Fantasy League Show with Jonathan, Zach, and Nick, only on The Team.
All right, I'll be honest. I think he didn't remember your name today, Jason, because Zach was in the office this morning. He was so excited to see him. He was wagging his little non-existent tail. I did see it through the cage.
Zach fed him?
No.
Did he
Zach,
give him a treat?
No, Zach didn't feed him.
Oh.
The whole thing is you're not supposed to feed him. We just talked about this yesterday on the show. Do you not listen?
I got mixed up.
I don't understand how he survives.
What, when we don't feed him? I think the janitor feeds him. They come once a month. I'm pretty sure they rile up all the trash, and then they just give it to him.
I think our developers feed him crackers.
Oh, saltines, yeah.
When we leave.
You can't eat more than five of those back-to-back, 7 of those? I don't know. Nobody knows.
I think we found our first challenge.
What? Eating as many saltines? Oh, yeah. The loser has to, eat 15 saltines in, 5 minutes. Yeah, let's do that. That sounds like fun.
That sounds brutal.
If you want to be part of the Star Fantasy League Show challenge, if you want to figure out what our punishment's going to be for whoever loses between the 3 panelists here for the week, month, just tweet us at SFL Show. Tell us what you think we could do. Maybe the cinnamon challenge, something like that.
We'll figure it out.
Oh, we will. That's why I'm asking the listeners. They'll figure it out for us.
Don't worry. I'll come up with plenty of fun stuff for you to do.
Sure. Great. Thanks. No dress wearing. Thank you. But for now, we're talking Saturday Major League Baseball on StarFantasyLeagues.com. We have 12 games. It's a nice little slate starting at 4:05 Eastern. So make sure to get in there, get your lineups done early for a long day of baseball. I love the weekend. You get to wake up, have a couple hours of research, and then put your lineups in.
Saturdays are great. Sundays are great too. I mean, the weekend baseball is just so nice because you can relax, just let the games go, enjoy your day outside, maybe get a TV outside.
Unless it's that time of the year where Fox has their daily broadcast on the weekend and you can't watch any other game until they go final.
Yeah, that's not
annoying.
fun.
For MLB TV
subscribers,
that is.
No, thank you, Fox. Yeah. We don't want that.
They just screw it up for all of us.
Yeah, stop. We're not sponsored by them, are we?
Buck.
No? Okay.
Tim McCarver.
Perfect, yeah. All right, but we got to get into it. We're starting out with stacks. Stacks are when you put in at least 2 and up to 4 players from one offense into your lineup because you hate their opposing pitcher. Or you don't hate them. You just love them because they're so atrocious. We're looking at you, Wade Miley. We are. We're staring right at you. So where are we heading first for our first Saturday stack?
This one might be really obvious.
Really?
The Brewers against the Rockies.
Okay, so you said really obvious because I have actually picked them on the show, I think 5 days running now.
Yeah, this seems to be the running trend on the show.
I hate to tell you again, but they were listed because I assumed somebody else would take them. They were listed as my second top stack of the day.
I figured I'd get it out there early.
Okay, perfect.
They're going up against Christian Friedrich. He last pitched in the majors in 2012 for Colorado.
Yeah, that's a really good sign, right?
I really can't believe the Rockies are this pitching starved and need to start tomorrow, as his numbers in the minors this year are downright awful. Granted, it's in the Pacific Coast League, which is known as a hitter's league, but he's 1-8 with a 7.89 ERA.
Oh my God!
A 1.723 WHIP in 13 games started.
Well, it's
pretty bad.
Hold on, don't forget that. Yeah, he has his numbers in the when he was in the majors were also terrible.
Yeah, in 2012 he was 5-8 with a 6.17 ERA.
Yeah, that's terrible. And low strikeout rate, like just everything about him was just screams, "I'm gonna get rocked."
I think we need to look a little bit deeper into this. There's got to be a reason for this. They can't just be throwing away games.
Well, the Brewers have been hitting great lately. They're 9th in weighted on-base average in the majors in June. Again, we can look at this stack. You can pretty much put anybody on this team in your lineup. The 3 through 6 hitters again, LaCroix, Gomez, Ramirez, Davis, all of a weighted on-base average against left-handed pitching, over 400.
Yep.
Chris Davis has now moved up to 516, which is 4th in the majors behind Joey Bats, Tulo, and Justin Upton.
That's crazy.
And hold on, don't forget, Chris Davis has 6 home runs in 60 at-bats against lefties.
It's pretty good.
That's 1 every 10 against lefty. That's dirty.
That explains the 516.
Yep, 516, extremely high weighted on-base average. He's no joke. He's hitting. Where did he come from?
Yeah, he's a nice find for the Brewers. He was decent last year, but he's really come on this year.
They technically have one of the best hitting outfields now with Davis, Braun, and Gomez out there?
Yeah.
That's big.
And they're all right-handed bats.
Against
But
the lefty,
they
gotta
hit
love it.
both lefties and rights pretty well.
That's true. And they're getting up there in price. Luckily, Chris Davis is still around the 8, high 7s, low 8s area, which is nice, but the other two are around 10. So you got to pony up to get those Brewers in because they've just been hitting.
Yeah.
Hitting the ball hard. All right, where else we heading?
Well, I'm going to take you to the best offense in the month of June so far, the Pittsburgh Pirates. If you would believe it, they have the highest weighted on-base average in the month of June. They're going up against Chicago and Travis Wood, our lovely lefty. And the Pirates are 5th versus left-handed pitchers. Andrew McCutchen has a 528 WOBA in June. 528.
I love the term WOBA. We need to make that a thing.
Yeah, we do.
WOBA.
He's just over 9,000, and I think there's a couple other guys on this team that I really like. Russell Martin, Josh Harrison, and Gabby Sanchez. Both of those last two, really good value guys. Josh Harrison right around 6,000. Gabby Sanchez at 3,500 if he's in the lineup. You got to make sure he's in the lineup. But they do like to play him against left-handed pitchers, so really surprised when I saw that Pittsburgh is doing that well this month. But you got to ride those streaks when you get them. So.
And you've got the Chicago Cubs and Wrigley Field, which certainly helps you, one of those places you want to go. For my stack, I'm going to go with my stack of the day, the Los Angeles Angels that happen to reside in a place where Disneyland is, also called Anaheim. Right?
I mean, I think they should change the name to that because they're already freakish enough.
I'm pretty sure we've had a different Los Angeles Anaheim Angel name every day, so we're going to continue that trend on the Star Fantasy League show.
Awesome.
Especially when we're talking Saturday baseball, because who cares? You're going to Disney World anyway. You're not going to this game. Disneyland, sorry.
Why wouldn't you go to this game?
Because it's the weekend. People are going to Disneyland instead.
I would rather go watch baseball.
I'm sure you would. Fine, whatever. Jason would rather go because he has kids. Bring your kids to Disneyland.
Well,
for the
that's
day.
not necessarily true.
I don't know. I think his kids were enjoying the game the other night.
That is true because they saw me
They're
throw out the
baseball
first
fans.
pitch. All right, but anyways, the Angels are going up against Nick Martinez, who I can't say anything nice about him.
Nope.
Low ground ball percentage, high walk rate, high strikeout rate. That just screams, please hit me and hit me hard.
Wait, he has a high strikeout rate too?
No, I said high walk rate. Oh, high walk rate and high home run rate.
Oh, okay.
Bad. I did. Yeah, his strikeout rate's extremely low. 4 per 9.
Yeah, that's
bad.
bad.
Really bad. Walks a lot, homers a lot against him. I feel like anybody you put in from this lineup could be solid. Obviously, you have to go with the top bats. Trout is just a no-brainer on this team, hitting .413 against righties, weighted on-base average. You can get some nice value in there with Ibar, Calhoun, who's a lefty against a righty, Pujols, and then take a look at Josh Hamilton.
Yeah, Josh Hamilton's been on kind of a slide, though.
He has, but let's be honest. If you need to get out of a slump, you want a guy that gives up a lot of home runs.
Yeah, that's true.
And
Absolutely.
this is a guy that could potentially break Josh Hamilton out of his slump.
Definitely.
But I mean, I did name 4 guys before Hamilton, so if you want to shy away from the risk in Hamilton, he might be more of a GPP play, just in case.
Trout's really no surprise, but he's a man possessed right now. He is out of this world. I mean, I think he was around 8,000 or 9,000 at one point in the season. He's over 11,000 on our site.
Yeah, it's starfantasyleagues.com. That's expensive.
Yeah.
I think the only person that I've seen there this year is Tulo. He was up around 11.8 at one point.
Well, Nelson Cruz was too.
Was he really?
When he was on that home run streak.
Oy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it gets to a point where if you're spending more money for your top batter as opposed to your top hitter, I think you're doing something wrong.
What?
If you're spending more on your top batter than your top pitcher.
Okay, yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that
now.
makes more sense than what you said before.
Did I say it the other way around?
Nope,
I think
you said batter and hitter.
twice or something.
Oh, yes.
You're on fire right now, man.
Don't listen to me, man.
Oh, really?
It's Friday.
Is that permission to not listen to you?
It's Friday. We haven't started singing today. You know
well,
what?
I can if you'd like.
No, please. Does anybody have any quick other stacks you're looking at?
I like Toronto against Mike Leake. His last 3 games started, he's thrown 15 innings pitched and given up 14 earned runs. And current Toronto batters are hitting .348 with 6 homers against him.
Oy.
Something to look at in
No.
Cincy.
Toronto fell off.
I know,
We
but
talked about this.
They're due for an
Yeah,
upswing
but again,
All right,
yeah,
you're right. That's true.
Great American Ballpark, great place to hit home runs. So,
That's true.
especially for a high-powered offense like Toronto.
I don't know. They just for me, they've slid so far right now. I'm still gonna wait, but you like kind of what both of you said. You kind of got to find that matchup where they can start it up again.
Yep.
If this is the one you think it's happening, go for it.
Might be a good series in Cincinnati to start those bats up again.
Yeah, Leake has been a leaky faucet lately.
I like it. All right, we're going to move on to pitchers for Saturday on StarFantasyLeagues.com. I'm going to stay in this matchup. I'm curious what you guys think of J.A. Happ. Inconsistent as all hell this season. Up, down, left, right. Does well when you think he's going to do poor. He's all over the place. How do you feel about the 29th ranked offense against lefties in Cincinnati?
That's kind of what I was going to say. Cincinnati is not good against left-handed pitching, so I think it's worth a roll of the dice. J.A. Happ is still a roll of the dice, though.
Yeah, he is cheap. I think if I'm going to go for inexpensive, I'm taking a look at Vance Worley. I can't believe I'm saying this, but he's right around the minimum. He's about 5,000 StarFantasyLeagues.com. I think that might not be the worst idea in the world if he's in there.
Yeah, it's not a bad pick going up against the Cubs. Another guy kind of down there is Jake Odorizzi against Houston.
I don't. Please explain Jake Odorizzi to me.
Well,
high strikeout rate, but he seems horrible.
Yeah. Well, this is the thing that's something nice to look at. The Astros are second in strikeout percentage at 23%, so they're striking out almost once every 4 at-bats. Against right-handed pitching, they're not good. They're 22nd. And Odorizzi is 4th in the majors in strikeouts per 9 at 10.36. So he strikes out a ton of guys. He usually doesn't go too deep in games, but he'll get you a decent amount of points for the salary.
Yeah, I would say what's he at, around the 10 to 12
Yeah, he's
mark?
about 10.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, there are a lot of guys around that number that I'm looking at. I don't really know if I want to roll the dice on Odorizzi because he has the strikeouts, but it seems like he's going to get shelled or
but that's
do
important, though.
inconsistent.
The strikeouts are very important, and yeah, he may be inconsistent, but Houston's really nothing special. They had a good run for a little while, but I don't know. I think they're tapering off. I think that might be worth a shot.
That could be possible. Again, we got to talk about your boy Jesse Chavez against the Red Sox. They not so good against righties, and especially when they're not at home. They're in Oakland. So.
Yeah, and until they correct their lineup, I love picking against them right now.
Yeah, I saw
don't
Red Sox hitters in their career have a total of 5 hits off Chavez. 4 of them are for home runs.
Oh,
Yeah.
They have 5 hits against that guy, and 4 of them are wow.
Yes.
yeah, it's probably not a
20,
huge sample.
crazy.
27 plate appearances.
Yeah,
That is
but still,
crazy.
that's one game. So that's 5 hits over 1 complete game. That's not that
Yeah.
bad.
Yep.
I mean, there's a lot of other names middling that I would take a look at. Tom Kohler's pretty inexpensive, going up against the hapless Mets. That's pretty much. I always look there. If it's a decent pitcher, I'm always looking to play against the Mets because they don't do anything well.
It's like I think you can do the same thing that we've been doing the past couple of days, and you can pick both pitchers because Jacob deGrom is going against Miami. Both of these offenses are so horrible right now.
Yeah, what was it? A 1-0 game the other day between these two teams.
Yeah, last night was 1-0. Tonight could probably be 2-1. Tomorrow could be 2-1. It's really bad.
Yeah, we've mentioned a lot of these inexpensive guys. I don't think we've mentioned anybody over 13,000. Do you guys like any of the really expensive guys like Wainwright?
I got 2.
Yeah.
Well, one guy I like is Doug Fister. Who do you like?
I got Cole Hamels and Josh Beckett.
Man, you were just all over Cole Hamels.
He's on fire.
I know, but
He's on fire.
St. Louis's offense has kind of been tailing off recently, but I don't know.
We'll talk about
he's
it.
against Adam Wainwright.
We'll talk about it.
I think I know where you're going with this, right?
Yep.
You're going to put him in your little favorite pitcher?
Possibly.
Gonna
We'll
pick
see.
him? All right, coming off the break, we're giving you all our value plays, our top pitchers, top hitters, and you're listening to the Star Fantasy League show on 105.5 The Team.
You're listening to the Star Fantasy League show. Contact the StarFantasyLeagues.com guys via Twitter at SFL Show.
Welcome back to Friday afternoon on the Star Fantasy League show.
Talking Head Donald, I haven't seen you in a while.
That
How are
is
you?
true. Talking Head Donald has not been here. You know when Talking Head Donald's going to come back next? I can see into the future. We're going to be interviewing a certain CBS radio personality on Thursday's show, and I think Talking Head John is going to interview him.
Really?
Yeah. We're going to have Doug Gottlieb on Thursday's show to talk NBA draft on the eve of the NBA draft. I think Talking Head John should talk.
Well, I'm very excited for that because it's the draft.
Yeah, we're going to have a full Jonald's mailbag with Doug Gottlieb. I think we're probably going to spend the whole time with Zach and I talking about the Boston Celtics.
Don't worry, I'll find a way to interject.
You're just going to go
get some stuff done.
No Celtics, stop it.
Well, at least it won't be like 4 days long like the NFL draft.
Yeah.
Thank you, whoever decided not to pursue that because the fans at the NBA draft are amazing. They go crazy. They boo the crap out of David Stern. I'm interested to see if they boo Adam Silver because I don't think they will.
Yeah, that will be interesting.
I don't think they will boo because they love him.
He's a man of the people.
This is true.
He got Sterling out of there.
All right. He's a man of the people. We are men of the people, our lovely, faithful listeners. So we got to give him plays of the day for Saturday on StarFantasyLeagues.com.
All right, I will start this thing off, and I'm going to go with a not surprising pick at all, Mike Trout. I love his matchup against Nick Martinez, so you've already talked about it, but I think that he individually has been on fire, and I think he's definitely still worth the price tag. He's over 11,000. Don't worry, because my value pick will get you there. If Gabby Sanchez plays for Pittsburgh, he's only 3,500. I love him, his matchup against left-handed pitching. And then my pitcher of the day is Cole Hamels, because I love Cole Hamels, because he's on fire right now. And the Cardinals are actually in the bottom third versus left-handed pitchers. So I think that will be just fine. I think he's going to continue this unbelievable, torrid run that he's on, and it's going to be great. Oh, and stack the Pittsburgh Pirates, who are the best offense in the month of June.
Yeah, Hamels has been dominating in June. 30 innings pitched, 22 hits, only 1 earned run, and 32 strikeouts. So that's a nice pick.
Vintage Cole.
Really?
Vintage Cole.
Wow. I am not even going to merit that with a response.
That's because you can't.
Nope.
All right. My batter of the day is going to be Michael Brantley for the Indians, going up against somebody we haven't talked about today, is Justin Verlander.
Oh, I steered.
He's picking against him.
I steered fully clear. I have him on my list as somebody to.
Are we really at that point?
Yeah,
Yes.
I have a listed for stack against him. I kind of stayed away from it though.
Yeah, Brantley will be back from a concussion tonight.
I have that. Yeah, hopefully back.
Yeah,
though.
he should be back in the lineup. He had an 8-game hitting streak before the injury. 6 of those 8 were multi-hit games, 3 doubles, 2 homers. Verlander has allowed 19 earned runs in 18 innings pitched in June.
Oh.
Not so good. And he's got a good career against Verlander, hitting 378. My value play of the day is going to be Brandon Phillips of Cincinnati. He's going up against J.A. Happ, somebody that you kind of like.
He has good
tomorrow.
numbers against him, too.
He does. He's got 3 home runs and 14 plate appearances against him. He's been hitting cleanup for them. Pitcher of the day, I do like Hamels. I'll go with Pfister going against Atlanta.
Perfect. All right, I want to go with the Brewers again for my stack of the day, but I am going with the Angels of Anaheim, Los Angeles County, something. Doesn't matter. My batter of the day does not come from that team, though, because you took him. I am going to go with Chris Davis. Man's absolutely raking for the Milwaukee Brewers. Every brewer you can get in there. That's where I'm going with my value as well. If Ricky Weeks leads off for that team, I'm throwing him in there. And my pitcher of the day, since you didn't say the guy, I'm going with Jesse Chavez.
No, it's still a great play.
Yeah, I think
still a great play.
To save $5,000 off Cole Hamels, I think Jesse Chavez is probably going to be well worth the money.
It's only
5,000 off him.
It's only 2.
Is it Cole Hamels 18? Oh,
he's
sorry,
15.
Wainwright is 18-19. My apologies. Save some money.
Apology accepted.
Take Jesse Chavez and save some money by tweeting us at SFL Show. You get $5 free in your account. It's pretty easy, right?
If you're a new user,
Yes,
which I am, so give me $5.
No, you don't get $5 free. If you are an existing user, you get thousands of dollars in value every day. Just guaranteed prize pools. Tons
All
of
right,
money.
I'll take it.
Lots going on. We get to pick against Justin Verlander. It's the greatest thing ever.
Is it really?
If it's not delivery, it's DeGrom. Take it easy, guys.